In this video I'm going to show you how to create this dripping paint effect using Photoshop. So let's get started. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Dhruval and welcome to another video by Tutorials Junction. And as you can see, this is the final output, and let's look at the original photo. So this is the original picture. Now for this effect I will be using this photo, a texture and couple of brushes as you can see here. And if you want to use any of this, the download link is in description, so feel free to check it out. Okay, so to create this effect, first of all, let's unlock the background. So double click and unlock the background. Now we have to cut out the model. So for that, I'm gonna go and select my quick selection tool. It's a really easy image to cut out. Let's make the brush a bit bigger. So as you can see, I selected this part by mistake and I am not going to select this hair because we are not going to need it. So no point in selecting that. So to remove selection from here, change your selection tool, right click and go to magic wand. And here make your tolerance somewhere around 20%. And when you do a click, and also make sure that this is third option, which will remove the selection. So then just go and do a click and boom, it's gone just like that. After that, go to refine edge. In the refine edge, I will do just a little bit selection on the hair. So go and paint here and make your brush a bit bigger. So as you can see, it gave me really fantastic selection of the hair. Now I'm gonna go and simply hit OK. So we have selection of the model, then go and apply a layer mask from here. So for now, all the work with model is done. So I'm gonna go and rename it. Now let's go and create the background. For that, go to your adjustment layer and select a solid color. In the solid, you have to create a really dark gray tone. If you want the exact code, the code is right here. 4B4745. So go and hit OK. Now let's go and apply a gradient to it. So for that, right click and select blending options. In the blending option, go and select gradient overlay. Then go and change its blending mode to soft light. Then go to your style and make it radial. And make it reverse, so edges are dark, and make the scale all the way up to 150%. Now I'm gonna make my opacity somewhere around like 85%. So 85% looks good. Go and hit OK. Now let's apply some texture. So for that, go to file, go to place, and here you have this texture that you downloaded. So go and place it. Now it's really tiny, so I'm gonna hold my shift key and alt key same time, and then I'm gonna go and make it bigger from all the sides like that. Then go and confirm it. Then right click here and select rasterize layer. Then go to your image adjustment here, and where is it, go and select desaturate. So it will basically make it black and white. Now go here and change its blending mode to soft light. So we have this really nice texture here, but it's way too strong. So for that, again right click here and select your blending options. Here you see these two sliders, so hold your alt key and drag them this way, so it will fade texture with the color of your background. So I'm gonna do the same thing here, go and fade it a little bit. So we have really subtle texture that doesn't hurt to the eyes. Go and hit OK. So as you can see the difference, it looks amazing. Now activate your model layer and make a copy of it, Ctrl J, and put it on top of your texture. This layer here, it is just for backup in case we screw up, so we have selection ready. So let's go and select the model, and here you have to activate your layer mask, not the model but the mask. Then select your brush tool, and in the brush, for this time go and select regular round brush, and make it a tiny bit smaller, something like this. Right click and make sure hardness is 0% and your opacity is at 100. Then with black color, here with black color you can go and erase it. And let's say if you screw up something, you can simply just change to white and bring it back. I would not recommend that though. So I'm gonna go and remove it. Oops, with black color, let's go and remove it. I'm gonna zoom in so I can see the details properly. And here's important tip: when you erase it, let me show you something. Know your limits where you have to erase if you are following this same image. In the elbows, you are going to erase the dress, and give this elbows a really nice edge, something like this. You see here? So as you can see, this is how the cutout should be. You're gonna go exactly to the elbows, and then you will match this elbow to this elbow and remove the rest of the image. And also you can go and remove the head from here as well. So I'm gonna go and do that. And when you remove the head, go and make your brush a bit smaller, and you have to remove until you get rid of the eyes and a little bit of nose. We will bring some of the details, so don't worry about it, and I'm gonna go and remove it something like this. Perfect, and this is exactly your cutout should look like. Now I'm gonna go and make a copy of this layer, so press Ctrl J, and I'm gonna rename it to filter. Now before we apply the filter, you have to make sure that you have activated your model layer and not the layer mask. So select the model, go to filter, and in the filter gallery, you have this filter called fresco. Let me zoom out so you have a better idea. So this is the fresco filter, and my size is 1, 8 and 1, but it's completely useless because if you use different image, number will be different. So this is the output you should be looking for. If I turn it on and off, you can see it gives it this really nice saturation and little bit of painting-ish look, which is really important because it will help blend the brushes. So this is really nice. Then go and hit OK. So it's blending real nice, and I'm gonna go and erase a little bit of hair from here. So turn off this eye, activate your layer mask, and you can erase it with black color. Really good benefits of using a layer mask. So this is ready. Now I'm gonna adjust my model. So select the move tool from here and put her in center where you need it. Let's make her tiny bit smaller. Pretty good. Now go and confirm it. So the complete setup is ready, and now we can apply the paint brushes. So for that you have to create a new blank layer from here, and this should be under your model. This filter layer, you see, it should be under that. Then select your brush tool, and in the brush, the first side is the paint dripping. So it looks like the paint is dripping from the model. Captain Obvious. So for that first brush I would like to use is this one. You can try any different brushes, it's completely up to you. And how to use them. So you're gonna hold your Alt key and pick up a color from the dress here. So I think this looks pretty good. Then go and do a click. Then you check, okay, it's way too big, so you go and make it smaller, and then you do a click, something like that. So now it has started blending with the image. So I'm gonna go and change my brush, and this time I'm gonna go and select, let's say this one, and then go and do a click. If the brush overlap each other, it's completely fine. You don't have to create different layer for each brush. So I'm gonna just go and do a click. And also don't forget to apply a little bit of brush here. So I'm gonna go and change the brush. Looking pretty good. Now let's go and apply the same paint effect on the hands. So for hands, you will create another blank layer, but this will be on top of your model. So let's just rename it. Okay, so the same way, go and select a brush of your choice. So let's go this time, try this one. Then go to your hand here and make it a bit smaller so it exactly matches with the elbow. And this time you will pick up the color. And then go and let's do a click. So as you can see, and because we applied that filter earlier, it will match with the hand really easily. So same way, I'm gonna go and change my brush now. And then go here, pick up a color from the elbow, make my brush smaller, and do a click, something like this. So as you can see, it looks like that she is melting and paint is coming out of it. The more time you spend, the better and cleaner output you will have. So the hands are done, the dress are done. Now let's go and finish up the face. So for that, this time you have to activate your main layer, the woman layer, and here activate your layer mask. Now go and use the second set of brush that you downloaded. So here I'm gonna go and try this one. The main target here is to change your color to white and paint on your layer mask of filter layer so you can reveal some area, right? But the problem is every time I try to paint, it also reveals the eye, and I don't want that. So what I can do is rotate my brush. So go and click on this little icon here and it will allow you to rotate your brush, something like this. So go and try to match it with the angle of your face. That's looking perfect. Now go and make your brush tiny bit smaller and do a click. Let's try it again. Perfect. And now we have to recover some parts from the hair. So we're gonna use the same brush, but we're gonna rotate in a way that it covers this portion. So let's go and try it again. Okay, this is perfect. This will, let's go and make it smaller. Oops. And let's go and reveal this portion of the hair. Perfect. Now let's do the other part. So this time I'm gonna go and change the brush so it doesn't look way too much repetitive. So let's try this brush. Now I'm gonna go and let's rotate it. Looking perfect. Now another thing we can do is go and select the eraser tool, activate the hands brush that we use here, and erase a little bit parts from here so it will blend with the hand better. Let's go and try the same thing here. Let's erase a little bit so it blends really nice. These are the little things that will make your image look much better. And let's zoom out and look at the final effect. Looking amazing. Now let's do some color correction to give it final touch. So first thing I would like to do is group this. So hold your control key and select all of this layer, this three that has model and paints. Then go and press Ctrl G. So they will be on a single layer. Then create new adjustment layer and select hue saturation. And here what you will do is go and create this clipping mask. And then decrease the saturation a little bit. So the skin won't look over the top colorful because of that filter. So let's go and try somewhere around like -60, pretty good. Then go and reduce the opacity. These are the numbers that I memorized, so don't try to blindly follow them. I'm gonna go and keep this one at 62. Let's go and turn it on and off. Looking pretty good. Now let's give some contrast to the background. So for that, select your texture pack, go and create new adjustment layer, and this time select curves. So curves will be under your model but on top of your background. Now let's go and make it a tiny bit darker, something like this. Pretty good. Then go and close it. Now we will apply the color correction that will affect the entire image, model and background both. So for that, go and create new adjustment layer and select your curves. In the curves, let's put it here. First of all, I'm going to make a dot here and make it a touch darker. And then lift off my shadows from here. So as you can see, now the dress, the paint drips, they look much better and they don't look blotchy. And then I'm gonna go and bring it down a touch from here, something like this. Nice. Now go to your blue tone. It's the standard we do in every video. So I'm gonna go and make it a tiny bit bluish from here, something like that, and then add a touch yellow to balance it out. Looking great, go and close it. Now it's time for final adjustment layer. For that, create new adjustment layer and select gradient from here. In the gradient type, make sure that you have foreground to transparent, and instead of this pinkish color, let's go and make it absolute black. And on this point also we have to make it black. Go and hit OK. Then go and make the style to radial and then make it reverse, and let's go and increase the scale so it fades out real nice. Perfect. Go and hit OK. And then go and change the blending mode to soft light so we have this really nice contrast and vignette. So that's it, and this is the final output. And as you can see, it's really easy. I did this in just like time of a tutorial. So if you take your time and select every brush carefully, you can create something absolutely fantastic. So I really hope that you guys learned something from this video, and if you did, hit that like button. And do you guys know that now I'm on Instagram? Yes, finally, after 2 years of tutorial junctions, I have decided to be on Instagram. You can go and click on this button here, or you can also find the link in description, or you can also find the link in comments. Just go and follow me on Instagram. And if you are new here, you can also subscribe to my channel, so every time I upload a new video you will get the update. Plus it will take you to my YouTube channel where I have tons of Photoshop tutorials just waiting for you. So till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.